Alright guys, this is John with Louisiana Tractor Works and Projects, and we are on the job, and I'm going to show y'all what we got and what it's going to look like when we're finished. Alright, so we have this place right here, and as you can see, the ice storm really, between the hurricanes and ice storm, it really did a number on their landscaping. So we are cleaning it up, trying to get whatever can come back. So we're trimming it all in. We're going to be removing this bottle brush, which is dead from the ice storm. It killed it. It won't come back at all. So we're going to be removing it. We're going to be removing this bush right here, and we're going to try to clean up this one. This Sega palm is actually coming back, so that was a surprise. Clean up all this, trim it all back, get it to green, and that. And same thing here. We're going to redress all the rock. We're going to pull out all the edging. It's a steel edging. We're going to pull that out, replace all the edging, and that. And we're going to pull this bush, this one, and then clean all these up, replace the edging, redo the rock, and redo all the mulch and that on this thing, and dress it all the way back up like they had it before the storms hit. So of course now we got the Massey out here, so we're going to be using the Massey to do this job. We're going to be using a trenching bucket. As you can see, we got water mains in here for the sprinkler system, and there's a sprinkler system all through here, and there's a sprinkler system all through the yard. So we have to watch for that, as well as drains for the gutters. So we're going to come in here with the backhoe, and we're going to snatch on these things and kind of just rock them and loosen them up enough to reach underneath there and cut it with machetes and get it out, so we don't get nowhere near their main water lines for their irrigation system. You know, and you just kind of work these out, each one as we can. And like I said, we got to be very careful. A lot of plumbing in this setup, so we're going to be working around all of that. But all right guys,
up now. Rip all the rock off.
All right, guys, so I am going to introduce y'all to one of my sons. I don't know if I ever introduced him on video before, but this is Curry, my oldest of all my sons. This is Curry, and he's going to talk about what we're doing here and how we're going to try to save these plants from the freeze that happened that really hurt them pretty bad. So,
all right, hi guys. So if you take a look, we got these Indian hawthorns right here. As you can tell, lots of dead leaves on them. The freeze hit them really hard. But the one good thing, let's see if I can find the saving grace on these plants. Saving grace is right here. If you can get a shot of that, it's new growth right there. That means this thing survived somehow, which likely means that all of them survived, and you can tell by the new growth growing out of each of them. So anytime something like this happens, you barely have any leaves on it, you have a bunch of dead that you got to get cut off, you never want to use electric hedge trimmers on. You always want to come in by hand. And what you do is you just cut the tips. And what that does is it stimulates new growth. And you want to try to find back all the way until it gets green if possible, as long as you never cut back more than 1/3 of your plant. So if you have a 3-foot tall plant, you don't want to cut it down past 2 foot tall. So we're just going to cut back. Hopefully we'll find some green in here. If not, we'll just keep on cutting until we get a nice round structure. And try not to cut any of this new growth off, because that's basically the only thing keeping this plant alive right now.
Okay, so when you're talking about green, you're talking about green inside the stems, inside the
right,
branches.
When we're looking for green, you're looking, all of this is dead. You see how easy that broke off? That's dead.
So right in here is where you're looking for,
right.
Inside.
Right.
So let me zoom in there, guys, so I can show you all this. So inside the core is where you're looking for your green in here.
Right, and as you can see, that's real brown in there. So this is probably all dead. We're just going to have to wait on this plant and probably all of these hawthorns to see where they produce and where they don't. And
so right now you're just going to kind of shape them up, take as much of the dead off so it don't suck up unnecessary energy from the rest of the plant.
Because basically all of the energy to the plant is still going to these dead leaves.
But that's not producing nothing.
But it's not producing anything, so it's just wasting energy for the plant, wasting nutrients for the plant, and you're not getting anything out of it. So all you want to do really is you're just trying to stimulate the new growth on the plant. The plant's going to have to shape itself back out over time, so we're not going to cut them into balls like we would normally do.
And you're not going to cut these that's growing wild, that's green.
You got to leave that.
Because that's the only thing producing food for it right now.
Right, because we need the food to stay producing. Now, if you look at this one here, it's a little bigger. It's got a lot more green on it. But as you can tell, if you look in here, you got new growth right next to dead growth. And what that means is basically all of these dead leaves here are taking the food that could be going to these new leaves and growing out new plant. So a good way to get this out though, once you get it all trimmed back, is to come through with just a little brush or a broom, just a small broom, and just sweep all them dead leaves off of there.
Getting them loose.
It takes very little stress on the plant, and you get all of that dead out of the way pretty quickly. And I'm always big on, especially we're doing a new landscape now, so I'm just going to leave these leaves here, and we're going to come over the top with mulch, because that's future nutrients.
Yes, as it breaks down. So let's talk about the palms here.
All right, so we got sago palms here. So what we did was clip it back, and the way you cut palms back is all of these used to be old palm leaves coming out. And each year you come back and you cut off a new layer, and you get higher and higher each time. And this is the new growth of the palm tree. So that's what telling me this plant still survived the freeze. But we can move over here to this one. Same yard, same environment, everything same amount of water, and this one died. Which is a little crazy because it was the more healthy plant of the two before the freeze came. You can see here it's got 3 heads on it, as compared to that one only had 2. But you can see in this head here, this is all dead. It's just falling apart, and this is what we need to come back. This is the new growth that we're looking for, and it just died before it could ever even put anything out there. So the only conclusion I can come to is this is dead, but we're gonna leave it for a couple of weeks and just see.
Yeah.
If not, this is an expensive plant, so a lot of people don't want to pull them up until they know for sure it's dead.
So letting it sit here is not going to hurt nothing, you know. And if it does come back, hey, they lucked out. But if not, then we'll just remove it.
Right. And then there's something really crazy about these sago palms. These sago palms, once they die, you can almost kick it over. It becomes very hollow. I've literally been talking to a customer before, and we were talking about if the tree was dead, and I leaned on it just like this, and the tree fell over. So we knew it was dead right there.
Yeah, pretty much tells you right there. So they rot pretty quick at the roots.
They rot very quickly at the roots.
But as you can see, guys, we got all the trim in. We just got to finish up our 90 pieces and that, all the edging, and we got these out. So we're going to clean up for today, because today is as far as we can go with it today. We actually got way further than we thought we was going to the first day out here, but we got rock and mulch and dirt coming. So tomorrow we're going to get back on this. We're going to clean up, and tomorrow we're going to get back on this and start dressing everything up and that, and leveling everything and squaring it up. All right,